This is a typical Tuesday night in College Station. Thousands of students meet at the Texas A&M basketball arena for worship, prayer, and Bible teaching.
I went to Breakaway on the first Tuesday night, and it completely rocked my world. I had never in my life just instantly felt that close to thousands of people. It was just, it was amazing.
Breakaway Ministries is a non-denominational Bible study. Its mission is to introduce college students to Jesus Christ and call them to walk with Him for a lifetime. Their passion seems contagious, and it's having what you might call a domino effect.
There's so many things that I could sit here and list out for you that the Lord is doing here, and I'm on this whole retrospective look thing of what's been going on here, and I can't even describe it fully what's happening here. Like I said, we're changing the world on this campus.
Well, you know the saying that everything is bigger in Texas? Well, it includes the Bible studies as well. 10,000 people have shown up at these Bible studies on Texas A&M's campus. That's 1/5 of the entire student population. Breakaway wasn't always this big. It began in 1989 when 12 A&M students met in an apartment to pray and seek to know God through His Word. Bible study grew over the years, and now students across the country are talking about it.
I met a lot of different students from different campuses and whatnot across the nation. And I tell them I'm from Texas A&M, and immediately they know about Breakaway. They're like, "Oh, so you go to Breakaway?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I volunteer out there." And it's kind of sad that I don't know what kind of ministries they have at their school.
Executive Director Ben Stewart graduated from A&M in 1998.
John wants to bring some severity to us, and he says, hey, if you love the world, the love of the Father is not in you. He will present the world and the Father as two opposite things, two opposing things. You can't have both. They're antithetical.
Stewart says Breakaway Ministries is not designed to replace the local church. Leaders encourage students to find a church home and get together on Tuesday nights for campus community. Many students keep coming back because they say Stewart's teachings really connect with them on a heart level, like his series on staying pure before marriage.
He broke the Song of Solomon into and related it into every aspect of dating, from the very first time that you meet all the way until marriage and beyond. And he just elaborated on how it was the Christian example that God had given us to be able to follow in the Bible.
No matter how much they like the teaching or enjoy the worship or how big the crowds get, students told me the same thing. God alone is doing something special on their campus.
There's something to be said about Breakaway. It's like if God were to move away from Breakaway, it would cease to exist. Ben usually says, we have 10,000 that come to Breakaway, and there's 40,000 more that don't. There's always efforts to reach out and spread God's word.
The ministry also sponsors an international outreach called the Shalom Project. Last year, students raised more than $100,000 to rescue children from sex trafficking. These students say there's no stopping what God can do through them, and they plan to take the gospel to the ends of the earth.
As an Aggie, you are a part of something bigger than yourself. That is sort of our motto. It's how we treat each other. It's how we live our lives day to day. And so for Breakaway to be such a prominent part, it all makes sense, because what we do at Breakaway it's all about glorifying God. It's really about spreading the gospel and, showing that Jesus moves and that He loves everyone.
David Brody, CBN News in College Station, Texas.